In every corner of the globe, people were glued to their screens, hearts lifted in prayer and conversations buzzed with anticipation. The Vatican had once again become the center of attention, a beacon of hope and curiosity. Regardless of their faith, millions felt the weight of the moment. The air was thick with expectation, as if the entire world was holding its breath in unison. Inside the Vatican, within the sacred walls of the Sistine Chapel, history was unfolding. Michelangelo's frescoes seemed to come alive, witnessing yet another monumental event. The walls, steeped in centuries of tradition, seemed to whisper the secrets of conclaves past. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the gravity of the decision that lay ahead. The College of Cardinals, the esteemed princes of the Church, were gathered. Clad in their resplendent robes, they moved with a sense of solemnity and purpose. Each cardinal carried with him the hopes and prayers of millions. Their discussions were deep, their deliberations profound, as they sought divine guidance in their sacred task. This was not just a vote. This was a spiritual journey, a mission, to find the right shepherd for 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide. The responsibility weighed heavily upon them, and they approached it with the reverence it deserved. The weight of history pressed upon them. Every decision, every vote cast, was a step in the long continuum of the Church's legacy. They knew that their choice would be scrutinized, celebrated, and remembered for generations to come. The gravity of the moment was evident, etched on their faces as they pondered the future. Days turned into nights. The process was meticulous, deliberate, and shrouded in secrecy. Outside, the world waited with bated breath, while inside, the cardinals sought clarity and consensus. The rhythm of prayer and contemplation marked the passage of time as the conclave neared its conclusion. In St. Peter's Square, stillness hung heavy in the air. The usually bustling square had become a place of quiet reflection. The silence was profound, broken only by murmurs of prayer or the rustling of a pilgrim's cloak. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a testament to the magnitude of the moment. The faithful gathered, their faces filled with anticipation. Rain or shine, they stood vigil, united in their hope and faith. The square was a mosaic of humanity, each person bringing their own story, their own prayers. The collective energy was almost tangible, a powerful reminder of the global reach and impact of the Church. Speculations swirled like incense smoke. Conversations were filled with conjecture and hope. Who would be the next pope? What direction would he lead the Church? The air was thick with questions, each one adding to the sense of anticipation. The faithful and the curious alike found themselves caught up in the whirlwind of speculation. Names were whispered, debated, and analyzed. Every cardinal was a potential candidate, every rumor a potential truth. Would it be the Vatican veteran Cardinal Pietro Parolin? His experience and deep understanding of the Church's inner workings made him a strong contender. Many saw in him a steady hand, a leader who could navigate the complexities of the modern world while staying true to the Church's traditions. Or perhaps the conservative voice of Cardinal Robert Sarah. Known for his staunch defense of traditional values, his candidacy sparked discussions about the direction the Church should take in an ever-changing world. The faithful huddled in prayer circles, their rosaries clicking like anxious heartbeats. Each bead was a prayer, each prayer a plea for guidance. The rhythm of the rosaries was a comforting constant, a reminder of the power of faith in uncertain times. The unity in prayer was a powerful testament to the strength of the global Catholic community. Whispers of hope echoed through the ancient colonnades. The Vatican, with its rich history and timeless beauty, was a fitting backdrop for such a momentous occasion. The whispers were a blend of reverence and hope, a collective yearning for a leader who would guide the Church into a new era. Every eye was fixed on the chimney, every heart beat a little faster. The anticipation was almost unbearable, a mix of hope and anxiety. The faithful and the curious alike stood together, united in their wait for the signal that would change the course of history. Could this conclave usher in a new era for the Church, an era of renewal and transformation? The questions hung in the air as the world waited for the answer. Then, at last, it happened. A plume of white smoke ascended, a beacon against the twilight sky. A collective gasp rippled through the square. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica erupted in joyous peals, their sound washing over the awestruck crowd. A wave of excitement swept through the assembled masses. The wait was over. But who was the chosen one? Minutes stretched into an eternity as the world held its breath. Finally, the moment arrived. Cardinal Jean-Louis Tagle, the senior cardinal deacon, stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. His voice, amplified across the square, boomed with a historic announcement. The news reverberated around the world. Luis Antonio Tagle, a name synonymous with humility, intellect, and deep compassion. His presence commanded respect, yet his demeanor remained approachable and warm. Born in 1957, his journey began in the bustling streets of Manila. The city, with its vibrant culture and complex history, shaped his early years. He wasn't born into privilege. His upbringing was modest, surrounded by the everyday struggles and joys of the Filipino people. He was a man of the people, his faith forged in the crucible of Filipino life. His experiences in these formative years instilled in him a profound empathy and understanding of the human condition. Ordained as a priest in 1982, Tagle's theological brilliance quickly shone through. His dedication to his studies and unwavering faith set him apart. His rise through the ranks was swift, yet marked by humility and grace. He never sought power for its own sake, but saw it as a means to serve others more effectively. As Bishop of Imus, his pastoral heart endeared him to the faithful. His ability to connect with people on a personal level made him a beloved figure in the community. Then, in 2011, he was appointed Archbishop of Manila, leading one of the largest Catholic archdioceses in the world. This role brought immense responsibility, but Tagle faced it with characteristic humility and dedication. His elevation to cardinal in 2012 by Pope Benedict XVI solidified his place on the world stage. It was a recognition of his deep theological insight and unwavering commitment to the Church. His intellect was matched only by his charisma. Whether speaking to a small group or addressing a large audience, his words carried weight, and his presence inspired. His homilies, delivered with a disarming smile, resonated far beyond the walls of the cathedral, touching hearts and minds. Now, as Pope Francis II, he steps onto the balcony, waves to the crowd, and offers his first blessing as Supreme Pontiff. The world watches, the world listens, and the world welcomes its new leader. A new chapter in the history of the Catholic Church has begun.